What happens? Welcome everyone. You're on the Gathering Point
live
baby. Here at the Glass Academy. We are in springtime.
The Peep platter.
Oh, stuck to the thing. It's like he's
It's
a duck
slippery.
in a pond.
Look at him go.
Oh, that smells like the holidays.
Smells like burnt sugar. Can
Toss
you...
another one on there, Oliver.
I was surprised it puffed up like a marshmallow.
They are marshmallows.
They are, but I thought it would be kind of like the Nerds. Now it smells like burnt sugar in here.
You want a little bit more action on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll try and catch him.
Oh, it stuck to the tongs. He swam out of the pond.
Do these chicks even swim? Ooh, just cut it right in half.
This is, you know, when we did a burning pumpkin, it smelled really good. I'm not sure about this.
I'm taking it all right to the face.
You're making a mess.
This is our Will It Burn table.
Welcome
It's
to
like
the Glass
marshmallows.
Academy. If you've not been
It
here
is
before,
marshmallows.
You're right.
we do a live glass blowing show, and we usually start out with something to grab your all's attention. It does smell like a campfire.
Well,
While we're there, Oliver, stand still. We got a new sweatshirt. What? It's looking so good.
Loving them.
I've got one on too, but you guys can't see it yet. The Peeps, just take all three and set them right on top. They're taking a minute till the next steps. I think he was going to.
Just get them nestled in there.
101.
triple threat. Amidst the fumes of burning
Sugar.
I was going to say something else. I was going to name them, but I kind of felt like the algorithm might have an issue with that or something.
I know. When I said we had sheep, I had to say glass sheep because
Yeah.
you can't sell sheep.
We're very
It makes
specific.
A nice ambiance in the background during your glass blowing.
Yeah. But I'm going into one of our top 5 favorite colors in the shop at the moment, folks. This is similar to a baby blue. We're calling it a Dutch blue. And it was right over there. And I'm going to go for 3
Turn your volume
coats.
off.
We're getting right into our drinkware show. And it's about to get serious. And I think Chris is here, and he's going to be collabing with me on this piece. I'm going
He
to
doesn't
start it
even
up.
know what it is yet.
He's going to find out. We're going to need to get upwind of this chick storm.
Well, we can move the whole display, right?
Yes. 3 coats, a bubble. And this is going to be a really cool basket weave pattern. And we do have a very similar one to this.
because this is the warmer-upper. This isn't the featured.
Potentially
featured
matching
item.
to this on the table with a different color. So the lucky person who scores this one at 6:30, number 2, on the Gathering Point table, is going to
We're
be
gonna
the
move
matching
the burning
dynamic
ducks.
set to this.
You sure you guys don't want to take a few more good sniffs of this?
No.
Get the smell-o-visor
of it.
going. I don't mind it.
I like it. Smells like marshmallows on a fire.
It's just distracting from the glass blowing.
I'll put it over here on the nice tablecloth.
Is this the mold you're using, the one you just pushed towards me?
Yep. Take notes, glass blowers. This is a pretty sweet tech. It's time-consuming and rewarding.
All right, you guys, tell us where you're from. I noticed someone last week was from France, which meant they were a glass studio in France. It was 1 a.m. where they were. So I'm always curious. Let us know in the chat where you're from. We got Bess on tech over here. She's going to answer your questions as best she can or share them with us, and we'll get some answers to you. We got Jake on the pipe. We have Oliver
Low
and
light.
Chris tonight.
Good.
Dipping the hot glass into some water.
Yep. Just
Won't break
playing
the
around
surface
in the
yet.
pool.
It's too hot. And back to the glory hole. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Gathering Point, our weekly YouTube show where everything we do is random, on the fly, made in Michigan,
It's not random.
purposely carried out, and highly curated. I mean,
Blow.
some of it's
Good.
kind of random.
So there's a twist. That's an optic twist, and it's no longer going to become an optic twist because once it's been twisted, I'm heating it up real good right now, and I'm going to squish all the optics into the body once again. So in a sense, this is just becoming a regular twist.
Is that like the dairy twist that comes out of the machine?
Yeah.
Like soft serve.
Yeah, like soft serve twists. There's
Except
an
it's
easy
only
way
blue.
for you to think about it at home.
What flavor would everyone call that ice cream if that was soft serve? The blue we're using right there. Do you know, Oliver?
Blueberry.
That's not blueberry.
What is it? Plum? Come on, soft serve has like 3 flavors.
When we
Chocolate,
went to
vanilla.
Key Largo, my niece got ice cream that colored. It was called Shark Attack.
Shark attack. I like that. I'm gonna have some kind of attack if this thing falls off my face again.
What kind of shark attack? What does that have to do with the color blue?
Well, that's what I'm saying. A cool
Blue
creative
skies?
name like that would be really cool. I guess it doesn't have to be the flavor. Blow light. Good. Beautiful.
So this kind of goes fast. Try to zoom in to show that pattern there, but you can see it's like you don't have time to mess around. Jake's throwing the pipe back into the cradle of the glory hole. You
It's
hear
in
the
there.
slam.
I'm gonna tuck it down one more time,
What does tuck it down mean?
like this. It's a
So
little
tuck
thin.
it down is just rolling it on the marber. Now the marber creates a hard surface on the glass, so I liken it to the skin of a grape. It kind of tells the glass again, hey, stay in this form, stay in this shape, don't get wonky, don't blow out uneven. It's like a little jacket of
I'm gonna go for
probability.
one more twist here. Then we're gonna really melt it in smooth, gather over it, blow out the body of the glass. Blow light. Good.
The really cool thing about our live show is you're seeing everything real time. So if you're a glass blower, it helps you gauge how much time and energy you need to make the pieces, how much time you want to reheat, how long it actually takes to make an item. Sometimes when you see things done on TikTok or social, they crop out all the time. Makes it engaging video, but it's hard to let you know what it really
floppy.
takes to make something. And we also say, like, this particular glass here, maybe it will take 15 minutes or so, but it's 10 years and 15 minutes. 15 years. Depends what your skill level is.
We got some familiar faces in the chat, Bess.
We do. We have, I'll read some off to you. We've got Jeanette from the UK, Vicky from Seattle. We've got Sherry from Lapeer, Michigan. We've got Pat from Shelby Township. Patty says hello from Commerce Township. Sharon Watch says hello from Livonia.
What up,
Hello,
Sharon?
Sharon.
We've got Chris from GA says
Oh.
hello in the chat.
That's what I'm
All right.
talking about.
Hell yeah.
Wait a second, there he is.
Woohoo!
Carrie says hello. We've got Kathleen from Highlands. We've got Dave here saying hello. We've got Roniza from Wisconsin. Veronica from Australia. Cindy from Wayne. Over on the YouTube side, we've got Susan from Indiana, Kristen from Pottstown, Donna from Twinsburg, and Norman from Bloomington. So we've got a lot of familiar faces, some faces that are becoming more familiar, and a couple of new faces.
So I know you guys were looking at my back there for a second, but I did just gather over all this blue glass that that whole color pattern that was just designed, and I got a little bit of extra clear. You can see it kind of balled up on the end of this bubble. I'm gonna chop
Looking at
that
that
off.
face on from my angle was so cool to see the swirl just twisting.
The reflections of light.
So we did reach out
Blow
today,
light?
so you guys know, to YouTube and Switcher Studio
Good.
and figured out some things. We hope to have the whole show live here.
I like it. I like it. Looking good.
But no, if you can't see the whole show live, you can always come back and watch it. It is recorded. And you can watch the whole show.
Whenever you have a moment after I start blowing this bubble out a little bit, if we could, or maybe best if you'd grab number 2 and you have a second just to show it off as this being the counterpart to that one that's for sale on the table tonight.
So you're saying, is it the
I got
same
it.
colors or is it just the same pattern on the
Same
inside?
pattern and design, different colors.
Oh, I like it. Let's take a peek.
I want to
Michelle's
model
got it here.
the fashions first.
The fashions. Hello?
This is honestly one of my favorite, more recent glasses you guys have created.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in love with it.
Now it's got my fingerprints all over it. Perfect, perfect.
I like that there's a lot of bright color to it, but there's still some clear pieces so
Good.
you could still see the liquid through it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm realizing about glass the more and more we do. You know, a lot of them have to be bright. You have to have bright colors. Would you mind grabbing the hose? Yeah. And then you have to have some glassy tonage to it too. There has to be a glassy effect so you can see the reflections of light and everything like that.
I know that one of the issues with us selling thousands and thousands of mugs to breweries and having their
Thanks,
clients sitting at the bar drinking out of them, if there's no clarity in the
Thick
mug
squish.
and they're opaque, the bartenders can never tell if they need to ask them if they want another beer or not,
That makes sense.
which is kind of an interesting thing.
That totally makes sense.
So he's squashing the bottom here, and he's got the blow hose in his mouth. Right there, guys. See it? So he's hosing it up, which basically means he's got the blow hose on the end of the blowpipe. See that right there? And that blow hose is keeping a solid amount of air in the vessel itself while Oliver used the wood
Recycled
paddle
blue
to
chrome.
really get a nice sharp edge on the bottom of that mug.
Right.
It's a great technique. Looking real good. Oh, like a violet, opal violet.
Oh, it's this blue right here.
Oh, it's like a opal sky blue.
Shark blue.
Very nice.
What did we say that was? The
Shark blue.
Shark
Tank blue. So this piece, if I'm not mistaken, is available to our Loyalty League members, correct?
Yep, Warmer Uppers is if you are a Loyalty League member. Membership did close. It's going to reopen again this summer. Jake's got a special piece in the works that he's
Pop it up.
making for
Foot?
Loyalty
Yep,
League
he's got it coming.
members.
Is that the Dutch blue?
We're going to do it is.
Nice.
It is. We're going to do the old swap back and forth here. Oliver's queuing up a large and in charge foot.
What color are
We're
you
gonna
bringing
keep
me?
it red.
All right, while they're doing that,
Beautiful.
I'm going to do a quick run of the table. Tonight's show is drinkware. I've got a piece. I'm not going to be making it, but I'm really excited to have it made. We'll go over all the patterns and styles, and you can see the unique traits of each of them. What makes them cool.
All right, so we're putting a really beautiful iridescent dark cobalt blue on the bottom of this thing. We're going to be dropping it on. I think that's going to really make the light blue up top pop. Oliver's got
Pop.
it nice and creamy for me.
Do you guys say soda or do you say pop?
I say
It's a
soda.
good question. Beth says soda.
I
Pop,
say
pop, 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 pop goes the
Bess
weasel.
is from New York, so maybe soda was the thing
Actually,
there.
in New York, they say pop. It's the Philly that says soda.
Ah,
Soda pop.
yeah, that makes sense.
I
I'll
want
get
to
that
know
paddle
what the
real good.
Europeans
Can I do
say.
a rosette on here?
Sure.
Do you say a Coke? Do you say the literal brand? If you're one of our foreign guests or Australia, what do you call Coca-Cola? or Pepsi
Maybe
or
not.
Mountain Dew.
Dave says it almost looks like you dusted the cracks, but different. Very cool.
That's the coolest tech about it, Dave. I was thinking of you when I was saying the glass blower's got to pay attention to this one. It's a super cool tech, and I think that as far as frit goes, I've learned a lot from everyone before me, the 20 years of glass blowers that have been a part of this family business that have worked with frit, these powders of glass. Not all glass blowers do that. A lot of people only work with bar color, or only work with clear and focus on their vessels and shapes.
And I like that 20 years.
Yeah.
It's 36.
24. Well, either way, it's many years, and there's so many different things you can do with frit. And this is a really cool one because, as Dave pointed out, I put 3 coats of blue on the entire thing. And so the fact that just by pushing the surface of the glass around, manipulating the surface area, we now have clear windows in that mug. Crazy.
So let's think of a name for this technique. The Glass Academy needs to give it its own name.
The shark fishnet mug?
No, windows.
Windows?
You know what I mean? You just said it was windows.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, if you guys are in the chat, window, what can we name this piece, this technique?
Springtime blues through the window.
That's a long title. Window of the soul.
Let's hear it in the comments.
Peter from Sweden says hello.
Woo,
Becky
nice.
says hello from Georgia, and she also says it's in Georgia it's Coke or soda, which I have heard because my best friend from college is from Alabama, and she said that they call everything Coke.
Everything Coke?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
weird, but like if you want a Mountain Dew.
That's like everybody calling paper towel Bounty.
If you want a Mountain Dew, you want a Mountain Dew Coke.
Oh, let's do a silver lip wrap, yeah.
We do check your comments, so again, if you guys are watching on YouTube or Facebook, let us know where you're watching from.
Yeah, you guys, shoot us a comment. We've got the right amount of team members here tonight, 5 of us, that we can watch. We're looking at Facebook, we're looking at YouTube, and we want to see what you guys want to know.
Because what you don't know, if tech goes wacky, one of us is completely on tech. If a color's needed, someone's running to get the color. If the pipe bucket falls over, someone's rescuing it.
Yeah, please.
And then there was a moment of silence.
I'm gonna fold the lip on it.
So trimming the top is a really cool technique because it evens out the thickness of the top and thins the lip as well. It is no fun drinking out of a vessel that has a thicker top portion. Pulls it a little thinner, and then they're
Fold it,
going
and
to
we'll put
attach
the
a
lip
lip
on it.
wrap, and
Lip
that will
wrap
just
on
go
it.
right around the top.
Marvel that
rim
into a
of
little bit
this
more of a
piece.
cylinder, and then I'll be ready to take it once I fold this.
Judy says hello from Livonia. We've got, let's see, Shane from Australia, Christy from Australia. Marianne says hello from New Jersey. Still got a lot of people
Looking good.
hopping on, so
Give me
hello to
1
everybody
second
just
and I'll be
joining
ready.
us.
Heck yeah.
If you are new to the show, we are a studio in Dearborn, Michigan. An easy way to remember that is the home of Henry Ford. Lots of innovation happening here in Dearborn. And so I thought he was doing a lip wrap, but that was
Oliver's
not
bringing
the
me a
case.
lip wrap right now.
So
Okay,
that's what I
Oliver.
was talking about, like, we're on the fly innovators.
What was it?
In the beginning when I said we were innovators,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Sometimes we just like try these different techniques.
Well, what just happened? I don't even think they know what just happened.
He
I don't
folded
even
the
know what
top
happened.
over
What
for
the
some
heck
reason.
just happened,
Yeah, did
folks?
everybody see that?
Yeah.
I have no idea
I
what
watched
just
it
happened.
happen. I'm not quite sure what it was, but
Yeah.
I saw it.
Something.
It was a lip. What I did was I folded the lip up and then folded it all the way back onto the side of the mug so that we'd get a crisscross pattern of that pattern. So it's got an X extra special dealio going on here.
So, I mean, if you think about it like folding paper, I twisted it once, and then I twisted it twice, and then you folded it once. So really, it was probably twisted 4 times.
That's
Sounds right.
twisted.
The math is mathing.
That's a quad twister.
This is a perfect one for a straw, too.
This thing belongs on Sharknado.
These folded lips up here really, really are comfortable on the consumer's lip, especially the bottom lip, because you can pretty much just take the mug and like,
What about the producer's
hang it
lip?
right there. Well, if the producer was going to be drinking out of his own mug, which would be me and you, it would be probably right. But I think the consumer, who is anyone who's drinking
Yeah.
out of it, is the key.
Right.
Which we're included in anyone who's consuming liquid out of it.
Yeah.
The other thing I like about this proportion-wise is that the folded top pretty much simulates the same size thickness as that Rosetta foot on it. So it really balances from here to here. All right, so we're going for a handle on this puppy now.
Oliver's going to be bringing over a blue chrome handle.
Oh,
It kind of reminds me of that perforated metal.
Yeah.
that
it
stuff
does.
that we dripped a bunch of glass on a few shows back.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like safety steps that have that crisscross pattern in them. If you work an industrial job, you know what I'm talking about.
I'd like to highlight and put a little pressure on the scenario here, as we do to Oliver all the time, folks. Someday he might say you gotta chill out, but for now,
He's game.
Oliver's gonna bring over a tasty handle, folks. That's all I can say. It's gonna be blue chrome. It's gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna match this piece. I think by folding that lip, it made it the perfect size too.
Yeah, when it was not folded, I had about another inch in height, which would have been about a 23-ounce mug. But I think when I folded it back, I took about like 1.179 ounces off of the volume.
1.179.
Yep.
Well, when you pay by ounce at those beer pouring stores,
That's the nicest thing
Those
about
beer
that, because
pouring,
you
beer
could go in with your own mug into that place.
yeah.
And who can go in and get a 24-ounce? You know, they usually have those little tiny pint glasses that have the super thick fake bottom in. They're only really like 14 or 12 ounces of beer.
Does everyone know what we're talking about here?
I think everybody does.
I went to a really cool self-serve bar in Philly when I was visiting family, and you just go right up to the taps and it measures by how much it pours out.
Yeah.
And then all of the
Marv
seats
that into a cylinder, would
were
you please?
swings,
Perfectly
which could have
straight.
been problematic if you drank too much.
Nice and long. Real quick, nice and long. Keep going. You want to get it about the size of the pipe if you can.
Nice.
Looking good, my friend. All right, now we're going to put a beefy. These are usually called, it's a technical term, it's called the balloon handle. and it's going to look good.
I'm not trying to get this absolutely raging on.
You do want to get it raging, my friend, but
Pretty
you want
darn
to
hot.
get it raging within the means of your control.
That looks good.
Bring it on.
That looks
and
great.
keep it straight up until you get over my piece, and then flip it up right in the air. Straight up. Nope. Yep. Beautiful. Oh, goodness. It's great.
Mary says, hello, I just joined. Is this the warmer upper?
This is the warmer
It
upper for
is.
the Loyalty
Welcome,
League
Mary.
members. Yes.
All right.
Oh,
It's a blue
baby.
handle. You
I
cannot
heard it when it went on. It was
tell
like
that.
balloon, balloon.
It said ba-boom.
That's beautiful.
Oh, that's tasty.
Nice handle, Oliver.
You want to get
So that's looking good. That is looking really good. I'm going to get a shot of this right now. Ooh, and the stinger out of the handle? Has
Why
it ever
not?
been done before?
I don't know, but that's pretty nice. I liked it. I just seen it.
Wow. It totally is. The big fin out the bottom.
Oh, yeah, let's do one. I'm having some type of phenomenon going over here. Is that really coming out of my sleeve?
It's coming out of your sleeve.
What's coming out of your sleeve?
A microphone vein. Watch.
Oh yeah, I see it.
How did it work? How did it happen?
I don't see it.
It's back under his
Oh,
sleeve again. See
there
it?
it is.
There you go. There you go.
Well, don't let it get around your elbow.
No, I mean, it was kind of like freaking me out a little bit. I went to do the old spin with the piece and...
So we're just moving along really nicely here. We got a beautiful piece. So we got some kind of runner coming, or is this a stamp?
Oh, we're doing a thumb bit for starters, and then we think
Beautiful.
we're going to do something else special here
Look
to
at the
make it more
texture.
glassy.
Look at
Clear
the
is going to be
symmetry.
beautiful, Oliver. We really want this to be a thirst-provoking thumb bit. Bring it on, straight over.
Wow. Is anybody thirsty at home? I'm pretty thirsty. Holy moly! What's up, everybody?
What happened?
Bess! Help! Is it on your end, Bess?
What?
Well,
Let me see what buttons I have.
what do you mean it doesn't switch back?
Here, I
It's
have a button up
impossible
here.
to switch back?
I have a button up
Can
here.
you
Hold
take
on.
the phone out and...
Try.
All right.
It won't work.
What did you?
Ooh, Bess, you got the wide angle on?
Oh, maybe I don't know. I was just
It
trying to
looks
flip
good.
it. Okay, cool. I was
That's
just trying to
tight.
get that turned around, not on our faces.
That was hardcore, folks. I apologize if anybody just had some sort of traumatic brain situation after all that. Not meant to be that close to the camera.
You
All
guys,
right.
I'm telling you, it's until that stuff happens, wide angle lens, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you
we
don't
just
know.
figured out the wide angle, and the wide angle looks great. Let us know what you guys think of the wide angle.
All right,
Wanna
we're going
see
to
this
bring out
reduction?
some of the bling bling in the silver blue.
Bess is still laughing over there.
I'm just reading the comments and I can't stop laughing.
Did they get any nostril hair shots?
That's tough.
Woo! Look at that blinger.
Wow.
I love the way that handle went on. Look at that.
Wow.
All right, let's get this puppy put away.
Over to the knockoff station.
Which anneal are we going in, number 1?
On the front right. Little torchy poo, what you gonna do? He's gonna actually let that go to the box. And right into the front right, Chris goes, loaded up with product in there. 1,000 degrees,
Ooh, that is a nice looking mug.
933.
I love it.
Beautiful.
Nice work, Oliver. Love that handle.
So good.
And that was an exceptional GA bit you brought.
All
You really went out on a limb with that thing, everybody. Look at that.
That's a
Okay,
beautiful
Beth
piece.
has a little housekeeping she's going to do right now.
All right.
Housekeeping.
Here we go, over to
Do
the
it.
housekeeping region. Are we gonna start with this housekeeping?
Now that I've stopped laughing,
Wow. Ferocious
give
ferocity.
you guys an update on our memberships. So YouTube, again, is officially closed. I saw a comment during the week on one of the videos asking what we do if we would like to still be a contributor. Absolutely. So I'm going to put a QR code up on the screen and just a little bit here. It'll be on the left-hand side of the screen, and that is the QR code for our Star Supporters membership. So that is $8 a month, and that is going to get you some really cool benefits, including a welcome package and access to the Annealer Reveal video every single week. The Loyalty League membership, second tier membership, is officially closed. So if you were thinking about joining and didn't join, your opportunity is group, you're already seeing some additional content as well as getting those extra benefits. We really appreciate you. You guys can't hear that? I don't know.
I know. Hopefully he turned his mic off.
That being said, Star Supporter is still available. I'm going to put that QR code up on the screen. You can scan that, and I'll put the link in the comments as well.
Thanks, Bess.
Of course.
Okay. She's very well spoken on that. All right. I think the website might be live.
Beautiful pieces for sale tonight.
All right. The next piece you guys know was Solar Eclipse. I've got an idea for a Solar Eclipse mug that I think would be super cool. Look at that. What? All right. So Solar Eclipse mug is our next up lovely. Website went live. I mean, it's so fun to take pictures of stuff. Look at all that beauty. Okay. Also coming up, we have some of Oliver's necklaces. And he's going to explain a little more. The silver nitrate in them makes each one different, and he has no control. That one looks like a dragon to me. So they're super cool. The pattern in them is all unique. They're all one of a kind.
Super sweet pieces by Oliver. And he did mention all one of a kind. Like they're kind of like our meditation globe class, where you got silver in there, and the ways that the silver gets swirled up and comes together and is trapped inside the clear is completely different. But pretty cool to see Oliver coming along in his torch working game and pulling out some new product and getting it in the gallery and getting it on the show.
All
you
right.
got anything you want to say about it real quick?
How about start up that mug?
One thing I will say is that the table for tonight is live.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and drop that link in the comments, but go and have fun on that.
So we'll get your comments on that in the next one, Oliver.
I'll give you a hint. This is black and yellow, and the name of the show might give you a hint. Dun 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 dun.
What's the gathering point? Help them know what's going to go on here. That's the name. It's the gathering point.
It is the gathering point. Serious conversation happening over there. Don't be changing my design. That's all I have to say.
We already talked it up over dinner. We're going to do this solar eclipse mug.
Yep.
No,
me.
but we are going to put up multiple of them. This will be available on the Gathering Point website live here tonight. And if
You
people
can
want
have
to
it by
purchase,
next week when you're watching the solar eclipse.
if people want to purchase multiples, we will put up multiple for sale, and we'll make them to order.
And speaking of that, who's going to watch the solar eclipse? Who's going out of town? Amy's going to be watching it. We don't have our special glasses yet. What do we need? A welding helmet? What's the glass UV protection we need? Can you guys put that in the chat, please?
They do say that if you're in the proper area of a solar eclipse and you look at it and the sunlight pierces out past the blockage, it'll burn your cornea.
Burn the cornea?
Yep, right in your
so
eye.
I need some glasses because I'm going to be that girl looking at it. So our gas station's going to have these glasses. I don't want to buy them until the day of because, like, what if it's cloudy?
Well, they're going to only have them in the area where you can see a full-blown eclipse, which is down in southern, or actually northern Ohio,
Well,
south
we're
of
gonna be in
Toledo.
New York, and you'll be able to
Toledo.
do it.
Huh?
So yeah, they're going to be able to see some of it in Toledo.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're supposed to
Good.
wear special glasses so that your retinas don't have permanent damage.
Yeah.
So we're starting with a clear body, which is kind of a strange feeling, not having any color on the material. It blows out real smooth, straight from the furnace.
But it has a nice solid black foot.
Blow. A black foot.
And a yellow handle. And the stuff on the side. No?
Yeah, sure. Good.
No? Is this not how we talked about
Show.
it?
Hosage is prepping the hosage.
Hosage.
Fire hose?
Blow hosage.
Blow hose. We're going to give it a super squish on the bottom, and we're going to go for that black foot. We'll flip it around and open it up, and the trick we're going to do with the solar eclipse action, which we could have drawn up on the floor, but we did want to get back into the glass blowing action, is we're going to put a bulbous sun on one side and a bulbous black moon on the other side.
So when you look at it from the one side, the moon will be right in front of the sun on your cup. How cool is that?
That's right.
I can see Chris already turning it over in his mind. Uh-huh.
That's
what
going
you're
through
doing?
my mind for sure.
Alrighty.
The cool part is when it's clear, you'll be able to see through the mug.
Black foot. So now I'm really just letting this clear body stiffen up so that we can drop a foot on here. And it's going to be strong, it's going to be sturdy. If the bottom's too hot though, which is what we were just working on, it's the hottest part right now, it'll heat up that bottom, and especially on a fully clear glass, you'll see the hot new glass push through the bottom up into there, and it'll be a really thick, kind of awkward shape. You want to really have something to push up against here.
You know, people ask us a lot if we work with crystal glass, and crystal refers to just clear glass, but it does feel really odd, doesn't it? We don't use crystal very often. We tend to layer colors. Just like Oliver's laying on some black right now. Just dipping into the tray, the hot glass sticks to it. You can put on 5 layers, 6 layers, 42 layers, or just one.
Behind you.
All depends on what you're making.
Oh, hey, dude. That'll be perfect. Will you just hit the back end one time? Just real fast.
When
Beautiful.
it's clear glass, it's a little harder to tell the heat, how hot or cold it is.
There's some nice looking mugs on that featured table.
Big time.
I really like the half size mugs.
Yeah.
Like number 3 and number 6. Those are really nice mugs for something like a barley wine or something, like a really high
Octane.
ABV alcohol content. Giving it a little smack down. I like it. So this is that silver black, guys, which is, it's got a lot of silver nitrate in it, which gives it a metallic look. People sometimes can't even tell the difference between this metallic silver black and metal, which is a really cool phenomenon that happens. Oliver's making up the punty on a step-down punny. And you know where the name step-down punny came from?
Like a stepchild.
Well, yeah. It actually came from when the normal punty was a 1/2 inch diameter punny, and then you went up to a 5/8 or a 3/4, and the end of it stepped down to a 1/2 inch. So you really just had a normal end that you were gathering on and connecting, and then the diameter of the punny is up by where your hands are is the larger diameter, which we talked about that last week, where you use a bigger punty, not necessarily because you want more glass on the end, but you use a bigger punty so it's easier for you to turn the bigger piece because the diameter of the rod is bigger. A lot easier on your wrists.
Thanks.
For sure.
Looks like a solar eclipse right there.
It
Burning
does
hot
kinda.
glory hole, the flint on there.
Totally.
You can't even see with the camera. You can't even see the top part. There we go.
I don't think we want a lip wrap of any kind on there.
Nope.
No, John. He did mention that in there. I saw that yellow lip wrap, but I think keeping it clear and leaving the focus completely on the two planets. One's the sun and one's the moon.
A star and a planet.
Moon. Yeah.
And the moon is a planet.
Galactic galaxy.
So I don't think it's technically considered a planet because it's
It's a moon?
something else or the size of it. One of those two things.
So it's just a moon.
If you work for NASA,
Oh,
you're
right,
in
right, right.
comments,
Yeah.
Come tell us.
Can you help us poor glass blowers? This is what we talk about when we're blowing glass. And we make up stories, and then you leave for the day, and you never know if what you just talked about was real or made up.
Well, I just want everyone to know that I don't make up stories. The mun?
It's been a long day. The moon does not get classified as a planet because it does not orbit the sun independently. It orbits something else that orbits the sun.
Ah.
Oh yeah, like that little high school toy that they had in the science room. With all the little chains on it that you could turn. You'd turn the crank and everything would orbit around the sun, and then everything would orbit around the planets that are orbiting the sun.
Ball.
That was
I
right.
went to Catholic school. We didn't have those kind of
They didn't teach you how to.
No,
the
we just
planets
didn't
in
have
Catholic
budgets
school.
for those fancy pieces of equipment.
It was right next to that big rubber human body that you could take like the liver out of and expose the heart and the lung.
We had none of that in our school.
That sounds like a good time.
All right,
Okay.
now
So first things first, thanks, Oliver. We're gonna choose what color we're going for, and because black is a little softer, maybe I'll go for that one first, and then we'll do yellow right afterwards. About the size of like 70% of a golf ball.
70% of a golf ball.
Yeah.
All right, so he'll bring the black
Thinking
one,
on
and I'll
golf
bring
terms now.
the yellow one right behind him.
well,
Yeah.
you got to use the torch. Jake's gonna indent it. So the reason I focused on that little ball was he's gonna heat up an area, and also we can do this. I was gonna say you can mark your pipe so you remember.
Yeah.
In clear, it's a little harder to tell
I'll mark it
when
right
you're
now.
heating.
Yep, that looks perfect.
So you take the chalk and you mark the pipe.
3
so you've
coats,
got
maybe?
the line. All right, he's going to indent it with that silver ball that has not been heated. So
I'm kind of leaning towards not indenting it. I'm trying to heat it the perfect amount, just like that, so it sinks in. I'll pretty much be ready on this next one. Let's get it ripping.
So also what happens with these pieces is when we eat dinner before the show, we talk about how we're going to do it. But sometimes you don't know until you do it. So it's like drawing live. There
How
can be
you looking?
happy accidents. There could be bad
Okay, let's
accidents.
do it.
So this is the moon. Now, personally, when I was thinking of this, I was thinking of the moon being a flat disc that they would push down. But Jake had a
No
different
color
idea. So we're just letting them roll with it. You can imagine if we all made the mug, we'd all have a different process. They'd all look different. My guess is when we're done with this piece, Chris will want to make one. We shall see.
I already want to make one.
Gotta be a perfect sphere, Jay.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm sphericizing.
And so the sun on the opposite side needs to be just a touch larger, so it's going to give off that like golden hue when you're looking at the mug.
The eye burner hue.
Gotta be 71% of a golf ball.
Yes.
You're gonna
exactly
heat yours
it.
up and dent to the other
you're on
side?
it. Oliver,
Okay.
I forgot he doesn't have a mic. 71%, he said, of a golf ball size. The other part is the question, where does the handle go? It's going to go between the two intergalactic items.
We'll take one more flash, Dad, and then I'll be ready.
Okay.
I think we're just going to have to take a look at it. I mean, it could just be a tumbler, potentially.
Yeah, because you're running out of handle space.
Well,
There's
the
plenty of
that-
room for a handle.
If
but-
you were
All
gonna
right,
be,
I'm ready.
if you ready?
Yep.
If you were gonna be drinking out of it and looking it, you're gonna want the. You're gonna want the black facing you, right?
Right.
So
Yeah, that
that's
does
the
give it a
handle.
frontward
Yep.
perspective.
So the handle's gonna come from the other side.
For all those righties out there.
Does it look?
Ooh.
Is it right, or you got to
It's
go
looking
bigger?
pretty good. The only thing I'm noticing is it's a little ovular up and down, so I'm gonna try and push it a little bit, round it out. And that was just from the way the glass is shaped and the heat of the action. Oh, it's looking good. Let me take a
See.
heat and then I'll show you.
Oh yeah, it does look
It's
good.
pretty cool.
So the handle's probably gonna have to stay neutral, right? Like a black handle, so that everything is like all about the Eclipse itself.
Everybody in the comments is saying no handle.
No
Yeah.
handle.
So wait, there it is. Oh, I agree. No handle. Oh, that's so cool.
Well then, what about a GA stamp? That's next.
Coming right up.
All right. We don't always listen to the people, but I think we're
We
going to
don't?
listen to them here. Oh, we like to think we do, but sometimes, we got to run the show.
Now, Jake, what if we put 2 GA stamps, one on the sun, one on the moon,
And
and
brand.
then bring the stamp in and stand it a third time?
It could be used as a GA, solar eclipse vase too.
Right through the flowers there.
But we use mugs for vases all the time at our house. Michelle can use anything. Dog bowl, all kinds of cool things for vases.
Pringles can.
Yep.
Just talking about Planet GA.
So many choices. Where does he put it?
Right there.
All right. Very cool. Very cool. Tell us in the chat where you're watching from today. Are you on YouTube or Facebook? Do not be shy to put your questions in the chat.
This is
'cause you
going to be
can.
for sale pretty soon, folks. It'll be signed with the show number. And when we put up multiples, the first person to purchase will get this one. And the consecutive purchases after that will get us hand making this exact design in the next coming days.
So are we gonna call it the 2024 official Eclipse drinking vessel,
Yeah.
or just official Eclipse vessel?
I see Bess writing it down right there.
Because if somebody wants a drink out of it, that's great. And if they don't, they want to put flowers in it, that's great. And then if they want to drink the pond water from the flowers, they could do that too.
What about some Merc water from the bucket?
It is a bright yellow. You just don't know it.
It will be bright yellow. That's a good point.
Here's the moon and the bright yellow in the background.
grab
You
the
can't really
squisher.
see it.
I don't know where that squasher's at, Jake.
I got it. It was the Peep squasher. If you guys joined up a little late on the show, you're going to want to start it from the beginning because we did some fun stuff with some sugar.
It looks like an egg yolk. We could do an egg
Does.
yolk mug.
Beautiful.
And away it goes. Bada bing.
Very nice.
Looking good.
Oh,
nice
yeah.
work. Woo!
Woo. This is
right.
where, like, after the sports team, we go to the announcer. And over here. We'll go to the table. Let's see. We got
All
a
right.
couple of Oliver's pieces here.
We're gonna
Put the whiteboard behind it so you can see.
Are these pieces made by who?
Oliver.
Oliver made these?
Yes, sir.
All right. I like them. I also wanted to show off the tasty ones I was telling you guys about a few minutes ago. Number 6. It's called the half pint. Kind of like when someone's on the smaller side, they call them half pint. That's a super looking nice little glass for maybe a port wine or something. But look at that's number 6. Look at number 3. Number 3 is really tasty as well. I love these little guys. I remember making a few of these a while back out at the Michigan Renaissance Festival for some kids who wanted to have them on their costumes, and they were super cool because they had little hands.
Little hands.
Yes, the kids out at the Renaissance Festival.
Can I mention something real quick and then I'll get out of here again?
You got to say it fast. You can't just do it. You know, it has to be like.
I can't. It doesn't work that well. That piece that we made, as we've done other collectible items before that have a theme to them, we'll sign it more than the Gathering Point. We will put official solar eclipse vessile on the bottom and the year.
How do you spell vessile?
Vessile.
S.
S.
Little
I think
extra.
Oliver is due to talk a little bit about his pieces here being featured for the first time on the show, so unless you got anything planned out, or if you didn't, I don't know.
Oh man,
I think-
I have a 15-minute speech.
I think I'm going to ask him the main question, Oliver.
Sure.
What exactly did you do here?
What exactly did I do here? This is a little barbarian technique here. This is something that I'm really enjoying, trying to find my voice in the glass here in the torch working side, and it's been a lot of working with silver. All that amber color you're seeing in the middle, that helix pattern, is just pure silver that we are putting inside a tube, letting it melt in, and then I do something super, super high tech where I hit that tube with a stick, and that silver melts and splatters everywhere on the inside of the tube, and then we condense it down into something solid again and form one of these guys. And I'm really enjoying it because every single time it's a little bit different. That silver never wants to cooperate the way you expect it to, so it's been a really, really fun challenge to try and make something that they're the same shape to each other.
Yeah, there's my thumb to give you an idea of scale. And the other part is the loop is done really nice on them.
That's
Well,
what I
thank
was going to
you.
say. A lot of times, lamp workers who are start adding loops on their pieces, put them on and they're really fragile. But these are really heavy duty. They're nice. It means the piece is going to last, which
Absolutely.
is super cool.
I appreciate you guys saying that. I've been trying to make the loops super sturdy and make sure that they can last, because no one likes it when those break. That's
No.
super unfortunate. But I'm having a lot of fun with them.
I wanted to get you, Dad, to pick out some colors because we're going to be coming over here and doing something pretty sweet.
What do you guys think these are? Who wants to put it in the chat?
Take some guesses, and as you're typing it out, if you want to start pulling out colors and kind of get prepped for the one you want to do, and I'll explain the situation to people. These are super cool. Michelle has a utility cart that bounces around the studio that has everything from nails to tape to a hot glue gun to, food. And these were hanging on the side of it, and these were, you think, made back in college or high school or something like that?
Yeah, I almost think they're from high school.
And I thought the colors and the shapes were just enough inspiration that we could pick an inspiring one of these and make a mug designed off of Michelle's inspiration from back in the day. And Michelle could sign one of these, the one that we use, and we'll include it in the sale of the mug that's designed off of the piece. And because I had to jump ahead and do the solar eclipse, I want to make sure perfect. You weren't going to pick the one I was going to pick.
All right, get cracking.
But Chris is going for it, and he'll talk about his design in a second.
It's so funny. I brought them into work because I was going to put them on pegboard and cut them up for bookmarks.
Oh.
Jake saw them. He's like, oh my gosh, what are these?
They're super cool because there's shape to them. There's 3, maybe 4 colors in most of them. And I mean, if I could just, since Chris is going to take a moment picking out his colors, I'll tell you guys the plan for mine. Once I get this on
that
here.
one looks like camping to me.
This one's amazing. It's totally like camping. It thinks about the sunset to me, or the sun that we were just working on. But in a mug style, I see this as a feather with a dark watermelon green. So we'll feather the body of the mug and have a really beautiful, thick, powerful green shape to it. Have some yellow accents, the thumb saddle, a big yellow ball like that. And then I've been loving our mint green that we've been using. It's kind of been the color of the year for me. And so I was thinking if I made a thicker foot on the bottom, I didn't need an actual foot, we could put a pointed triangular just pattern on the bottom, a texturous pattern on the bottom to symbolize a foot, but more to stick with this design of a
You want me to hand off those drawings?
piece.
Make sure your dirty hands are.
I was just thinking that towards the end
glass
there.
blowers that get hands.
That's
that are
part of the
quite
design.
dirty. The other thing that's really cool about these is I'm just thinking right now how they do kids do drawings, but they're always like cartoony. We could have people send in drawings just like this.
Absolutely, it'd be so cool.
It'd be like
That'd be such a cool
drawing.
idea.
What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, that would be such a cool idea.
Drawings? Would you do some drawings like this and we turn them into our inspiration and
We
glass?
give you guys like 2 or 3 prompts, or like a guardian thing, so it's not the craziest thing in the world, but it has to have 3 colors, it has to be a shape of some sort, and then you draw it up and ship it to us.
Yeah, put it
That's
in
a really
tube,
cool idea.
Mail it to us. Well, maybe we could do pictures too. Some people might not want to.
So right off the bat, I can see that Chris is starting up his piece of drinkware with a small solid gather of glass on a solid pipe. And so that makes me wonder. Yes, it does. It makes me wonder.
Well, everyone knows you don't need to start a drinkware vessel on a blowpipe.
Well, I've got some really.
Do they?
Look at the picture. Show them the picture I chose. I've got some brown circles on there, but I've also got some striations of like a lapis blue, which I want to pull some lapis cane and pick those up in the piece and maybe have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces twisting kind of unevenly through the vessel. So I'm going to pull this out and then I'll let it cool off and pick it up on the side of the piece.
Not that we're in a hurry at all, but just to kind of like show a little bit of double action going on. Would you want me to pull out those stringers and you get started on the body?
Well,
and chop them up and make that
I've got
side
to pick
project?
I got to pick the stringers up on the body,
Right.
so that won't work. But this is going to be fine. It's going to go pretty quick. It's important to let the gravity let it fall out nice and equal, so I get the right pieces. That looks pretty good. So I got to let that cool down a little bit.
So there's a nice stringer pull. Look at how he's just gonna, look at the flexibility of that too. It's pretty nice. So now that's on the floor. And that's gonna cool down for a while.
All right.
I like it. Yeah, so there's lots of comments. People are saying it's a great idea. That would be cool. I don't know why our emoji is a sad face.
We'll see if we can cut these up while
Who's
we're...
our emoji?
No, someone, never mind.
Sweet.
Whoa, Jake.
I don't know what to say about all that.
We got our special cane cutter here that's
pretty
really
tight.
working well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oliver, will you grab the shovel from the garage?
Yes.
Look at how vibrant that color is.
All right.
This shovel?
That's the Cheval. I love it. Will you heat that
Cheval?
up in the glory hole for a second?
Yeah.
I saw an amazing classic car show this past weekend.
Oh, yeah? And you're pretty much just going to set this on the Marver, and I'll set these on that, Oliver, when it's nice and hot. It's probably looking pretty good. Beautiful. Set that right here. Flip it over. Spin it. Nope, just flip it. There you go.
Ah. The back side of the shovel.
If they're gonna roll and we do need them, we got those metal holder honors over there.
We don't, because they're going to be spaced apart.
Well, as long as Oliver is
He's not moving.
okay.
What? You
It's-
guys are like living on the edge. Poor Oliver. Of course, he's gonna like look away for 1 second. That is the biggest challenge. Do we not
you can
have
take your hand
any-
off of that, Oliver,
Here,
and then
do
you're
we
never
have
going to touch
any
it again, so you
blocks?
can't get in any trouble.
Oh, I like it when I can't get in any trouble.
That's right.
I don't know, you
I
guys.
live in fear of the bus.
The bus.
So we've got a group of 3 and a group of 2, just like the drawing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I'm going to pick those up. You maybe could stand up here lightly with the torch and just kind of torch them a little bit, but don't hit them
Okay.
too close because they might roll. Just
Got
some
it.
straight up.
Yeah, I would. We're gonna. Yeah, just be gentle with it. Most people know through watching our shows, and we've talked about it, the way we get that turned on, we get the hole behind Oliver on, is oxygen propelling gas. So when you think about that, the reason we were talking about being careful and doing it from far away, those are pretty warm still, very likely, so they're not going to explode from the heat. But that is moving air, that flame, and so a little bit of air on the paddle there, if they're delicately stuck down, might get them rolling. Now here's what I just noticed, is that those stringers are really that line on the edge there. And then next to each line, you've got this beautiful color that was pulled out pre-show. This
What do you
deep,
think?
beautiful, kind of like an off blue. We don't
Steel
pull this
blue.
out often.
It's kind of like your police officer blue.
Police Ossifer blue.
I mean, if you're a member and you watched our last annealer reveal, you saw that I was doing the color inventory.
Yeah.
And that's a time where I get to revisit all the colors, and I see some ones that we don't get to use very often.
They get fresh in your brain.
And I think, man, I'd like to surprise Chris with that.
Oliver's talking about our 100+ colors over here. Frit, spar color, class color. We did highlight a little bit of that inventory process on the previous annealer reveal.
Yeah.
Nice pickup. The triple pickup. He's going to the bench.
I'm going to get those other ones in a second, Oliver.
Okay.
Shout out to Bess. She's keeping us
Snipped
organized.
off the extra.
Trying to keep that 3-2 pattern.
Nice. Do you have a bubble in that yet?
No bubble.
Okay.
No bubbaloni.
I'm good to take this shovel away.
You can, my friend.
Letting stuff go.
Great. We don't want to have a big magnet marker on this inspiration drawing, do we? Otherwise, it would be really nice to have it represented in the back of where we're at, right there in that spot. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what you mean.
Using a magnet to hang that up so I can see it as you're making it over there?
Yeah, I think so.
Just on the top edge. I don't think you'd ever see it.
Okay,
think
who's
for
in
sure.
Michigan? Julie Finn says she could get us Eclipse glasses. Julie, I'd love that, but we're heading out of town tonight to visit Lucy. But if you want to drop some off at the studio, I don't know if it's going to show up in Michigan.
All right, Oliver, I'm going to have you get me a small gather, probably pinky size of the gold brown.
Oliver tenderly tucking it on the board. It looks like he just put 10 magnets all over the front of it, but just remember, folks, those are the brown dots. Look at that inspiration, super tight. We're gonna get Michelle's hand signature on that. Talk about a full circle collaboration coming from back in the day. Super cool.
On your
And
right.
I'm not gonna jinx it right now because I said I wasn't gonna jinx it. But we're an hour and 5 into the show, and YouTube is hanging on, folks. So those of you that watch on both channels, those of you that watch on one or the other, those of you that comment, don't comment, we appreciate you all.
A whole lot of coats on this, Chris.
Yes,
Thanks for
please.
sticking with us through the trials and tribulations. Ooh, a little swirlage. Beautiful.
The crowd. That's what I didn't think it was around here. All right, who saw our sheep video? Those of you out there, anyone see that sheep video? Jake was making sheep, and I have to say he's very accommodating because I'm like in there with the camera, like all over him.
It's a good time, switching up the daily grind.
Yeah, and I
Marvelous,
think there's
puff
some
some air in it, and then I'll have
beauty
you
to
bring that to
having
me.
a glass blower do
Probably
the
take,
filming
like,
because they know the
5 or 6
timing.
little touch
Totally.
off it,
And I
little
like to
balls.
think I can get in and out and get the cool shots for you guys before you step up from the bench or before I get in the way.
Totally.
The trick is matching the music to what's happening,
Yeah.
right?
Bess knows a little bit about that too.
That's
Bess
just great at doing that.
Yeah, she does a lot of social media work for us. A lot of those Instagram posts. I think Michelle and her kind of bounce back and forth.
Bess gets the
here.
ones where it's like multiples, a bunch of things happening. I just get the one and done.
Did you take a video of the chicks at the beginning of this? So we're gonna have some content about that if you guys missed it. Chris is popping the bubble in there. You guys can see he traps a little air in the pipe, lets it blow out. That was a lot of color work before there was a bubble in there. So it's gonna take a little bit of time to heat it up and get that bubble to expand out.
I want to say shout out to Christy. She says, we saw the bunny. That's why we're here.
Hey,
Very cool.
All right,
Well,
Oliver.
welcome.
any other new viewers out there tonight? What color do we got
Steady.
here? Gold?
It's a brown.
Nice.
These are the polka dots. I'm not used to signing artwork. Now I'm all wondering where I should sign it.
Yeah, it's a beauty. It's the beauty of it.
Heat that up, Oliver. We'll put a couple more on here. That's the brown from all those circles that are on there, guys.
We have put our heart and soul into this company, my parents over here, for 20 plus years, and this, what Michelle's talking about, has became our signature, the GA logo. So she hasn't been hand signing glass
Ready when you
like
are,
they
Oliver.
used to back in the wholesale days and back down in Detroit. Now we stamp every single piece, and you guys have come to know that. Sometimes we'll forget, and we'll see it in the chat. People are like, don't forget it. It looked like a pretty transparent, almost clear color there for a little bit. And that's because it's just so hot. Oliver wanted to bring it over so Chris could get 101
Yeah.
snips.
You know what
He
that
did.
was reminding me of, Jake? early sheep.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it actually as soon as I was looking at it.
What was it? Oh,
Trying to figure out the sheep feet. It was ridiculous.
So now I'm gonna get this thing really hot, and it's good that it's super thick in the core still because I want those outer bits to roll up into little round balls so that when I roll it on the marble, they become perfectly round spheres, just like the drawing.
Oh yeah.
And I cap it so that
Cabbage?
the air doesn't squish down on itself, so they don't push into the piece. They just flatten out and
That's
make
cool.
it become.
It looks so cool. The contrast of stripes and dots.
That fan is just too much.
The what?
That fan.
This
I feel
one?
like- yeah.
Well,
I
all
know.
my long,
I feel like a
all
rock
my
star.
all my long Fabio hair is just blowing
Yeah.
perfectly in the wind.
You can see the dots now.
Carol loves the wood wall.
It's kind of like a neighbor's fence.
Kind of like a after-school movie. Carol loves the wood wall. On it, 3:30.
Sharon, I told you that I said I'm not jinxing it, which means that it can't be my fault if anything happens. That's how that works.
It's
Blow,
rocking
Oliver.
so far.
Stop.
Christy, the glass dealer in the house, I love to hear it. Those are our
Blow,
kind of people.
Oliver.
We got a Facebook group, the Glass Academy Addicts. I got a couple posts I got to catch up on in there, but run by the people, for the people,
Good.
and for the true glass lover. It's a beautiful, beautiful community. Glass Academy Addicts, you can
Blow.
join it. And then Sharon said she's really loving your watch
Good.
there, Chris.
I love my watch. Just can't tell what time it is.
It's got to get a new battery.
Doesn't it
I mean,
heat
your
up
bracelet.
when you're blowing glass?
Nah. Not really.
Okay.
If I was doing a really big piece, it might heat up and bother me, but since I was running late today and I came in and kind of just threw my shirt on and
You never run late. What happened?
there was an accident on 94 and I was stuck in traffic for like a half an hour between State Street and Ann Arbor
We've
Saline
got
Road.
confirmation that our members only warmer-upper has sold.
Good.
So that's nice to know, knowing that we're kind of figuring out the system with the new membership
Hello?
and getting it up and available for the people. I haven't
Good.
heard if our Eclipse mug has sold yet. This mug will be for
Wait
sale.
a second. Eclipse was not a mug.
Eclipse tumbler.
Vessel.
Vessile.
I'm trying to get this to be a really cool,
Football?
like barrel kind of tankard style mug.
The
And it's
tankard.
looking pretty cool already. I like barrel-shaped mugs. They're kind of like, what's that one drink that comes in a copper glass?
Roll out.
You know the one.
barrel. It's a mule.
The
Oh yeah,
Moscow
mule, the Moscow Mule.
Those are good.
Which because of what's going on in Russia, they changed it now. It's not the Moscow Mule. It's just
This
the
would
mule.
be a big Moscow mule if you ate it.
No way, Blow.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding? It's like, this will look tiny in your hands. I mean,
Beautiful. All right, how about we do a foot? This is looking really sweet. Thanks for that drawing, Shal.
Super nice. What would you like for your foot?
By the time you get back, I'll have figured out.
Okay.
Living on the edge. I'm thinking maybe all lapis would be type. It's hard to see those transparent spheres right now, guys, but there's definitely a band of 3 and a band of 2 representing these bands right here with the beautiful, it's like a steel blue, officer steel blue. And now we're going to put the lapis in there because I think it needs a little bit more lapis to tie in with those lines.
I do see that, in fact, the solar eclipse tumbler has been purchased.
It did?
Yep.
Jeez.
It'll be hand signed. It'll be really nice. And congratulations to that person.
did you tell Bess how many quantity?
6 quantity
Lapis.
were made available. If it gets out of control, we'll consider the schedule for the week and we can add more, but 6 is about where we want it.
Yeah, because we want to ship it to them. I think we have to, if anyone's drinking out of their glasses right now, how savvy are you to take a picture of your Glass Academy vessel that you're drinking out of and posting it?
It's
kind of a lot to
that
ask
drawing
if
that
you're
I
watching the
picked kind of
show.
has a little bit of like a cubist fling to it, so I'm gonna get a little crazy on this foot and square it up on the marver.
A little Dijon mustard.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a little Dijon mustard on there. You know,
2 coats, or would you like more?
I think 2 coats is perfect.
Is that raincoats, winter coats?
It's actually schmacks.
You coming over now? Or I should probably get myself a flash.
I'm always pretty curious to see what people like, what you guys like, what we ask you all the time.
Go deep and
I'm
I'm coming up.
surprised by
You don't
what's
want me to hit
sold
the
on the
back end?
table
Nah.
tonight. I think those are 3 of the nicest, freshest mugs to come out of the box here in a while. And not that anything else wasn't beautiful. They're all pieces you guys haven't seen before here on
Swing
the
it.
show. But surprised that none of the mugs have sold yet. I mean, that lavender and cranberry.
Because that one is by far my favorite.
Number 2. Yeah, me too. Me
Tax day is coming up, though.
I'm going
Maybe
on the
people
marble
are
with her.
like, you know,
too. Tax day, that's when you get extra bonus spending money. Pending
Really?
out you want to tag?
is that
You're
how
good.
that works?
Look at that.
In my life, I wish I could say that's what happened on tax day.
How many people have seen us do a foot like that on this show? This is show number 261. How many times have you seen a square foot on the show? I'm talking to all you guys that have been here since the beginning and everyone in
time.
between. Say that again, Beth.
Sharon, have you seen a square
Keep
foot?
forgetting I don't have a mic on. The flat foot reminds me of the top left corner of the drawing where it's solid blue and it's got that flat edge on it.
Show off that drawing one time, Mom.
Let me get past the crowd. I got to figure out which way these guys are going.
All right.
There we go. All right, there's the drawing under the sign.
Totally. Top left corner. That's it. With the bright blue. And that blue, extra bright blue square in the bottom is going to pull out those lines of the intense blue in the body. It's going to look beautiful.
You have your
I don't. It's a great idea.
Jake's going to be setting up for his design. He's taking it over to the color wheel, the color shelf. You can see him there in the background looking at the choices. What is he going to pick?
Put a little bit of extra air on this. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just had a
what I
remembrance
thought.
of that Red
Nobody.
Wings game last night, which was completely
Oh.
unbelievable.
Thank goodness. What
No
a
one
game.
cares.
Everybody cares because they did a nice job.
We swept Tampa Bay for the first time since I was like 1 year old.
Yup, first time. The whole season.
Yeah.
That meant we beat them every time we played them, guys, and they're a good team.
Yeah.
So now we're one step closer to being in the playoffs. Carrie, I know you're out there. Just wanted to slap you 5 through the camera.
All those Red Wing
Too close.
fans.
Well, she had to see that. So you got a small pipe up there, Oliver, for a small tankard handle, a red one, or that yellow one might be fine, the yellow shorty.
Check this out.
Okay.
Don't put it on the drawing.
It's got to get a little mojo.
Yes, lapis.
So Mary says, I'm using my tax refund for my visit April 25th for happy hour and for my nice hotel room.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mary
That's a
Thompson. Mary, tell us where you're coming from. That's going to be a blast. April 25th. It's a short hop and a skip away. Skip
Hello.
and a
It's gonna be
jump and all
perfect.
that goodness. It's going to be
You
a
got it, baby.
blast.
Lapis.
Happy hours have been coming out so good.
She's coming in for a happy hour?
yeah.
Sweet.
Super cool. All right, Oliver's coming in hot with the perfect size handle on the handle making pipe.
Jake, will you give me a paddle?
And this is, remember, Oliver, lapis blue. This thing's going to be swinging and dangling like never before. Lapis has to be, in my mind, the softest color that we work with. It's,
I agree.
Feels like, you know, I don't know. Something super soft. I was thinking about like
Something.
butter on top of the toaster or something. And
When you
real
put
soft.
butter on your muffin that's hot and then you forget and go get distracted and you come back and it's gone. It's all absorbed right into the center.
That's what lapis blue is like.
That's
folks.
right.
So just do it perfect.
Yep, you got it.
All right,
Let's
get
go,
some air in
fellow
there.
Michigander.
And don't blow it too thin, Oliver. I'd rather have it a little thick. Beautiful. Swing it out real quick right now and marver it into a cylinder. There you go. Nice cylinder.
That looks beautiful, Oliver.
And I'm going to be ready for you. So this is the tankard handle here, guys, and I'm actually going to look for the perfect spot, which is going to be right there because there's no dots there.
I think it's tough to make something that we've never seen before in 261
Let's do it, Oliver.
shows. So well done, Dad, on the square foot.
Yeah, but every piece we make is different.
That's true.
You know what I mean? We're not doing the
Beautiful.
same body of work. Some of the artists, you know, they do the same thing over and over. It takes hours upon hours to make one style.
Sarah's wondering if we ship to the UK.
We got to figure that out. So we're getting an international shipping form on the website. You know, we got to figure it out.
Oliver, will you bring me another brown small bit like that one you brought me?
Yeah.
Well, I believe we give them a quote. Is that what we were doing before? We're able to look it up.
Maybe we should quote out just some weights, and then I could have a quote. I could ask Robin to do that.
Yeah, like 5 general weights.
Yeah, that might be the way to go. Because
Well, but then
size
we'd have to
isn't-
pick every country in the world, you know. We got people wondering from Uganda if we can ship them a piece.
Well, and then it's a trick too, because if you're in a busy city, it's cheaper than if you're in a
We could take a picture of it and make an EFT out of it and just email them a digital picture.
Yeah, NFT.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
That sounds sweet. That's pretty cool. Well, Bess and I are about to hit it big on the crypto market coming up here soon.
Nice and hot, Oliver.
Anybody else out there interested in crypto? It's a pretty cool time to be alive. A lot happening, and Bitcoin's halving in, I think it's April 18th, which we predict is going to do a big push on the market. What? Yeah, kind of.
I just bought my plane tickets for a trip to the metaverse.
What?
That's right. I'm
No
going
way.
in. I'm going in. I'm going to take some EFT mugs with me and some other digital items.
You guys
And it's
better
pretty
watch
light.
out.
It's pretty light baggage too because it's really a whole bunch of nothing.
We're going to have a hologram of Chris
Let's
over
do it.
here next show.
Someone tried to tell me AI is going to take over the products that we make. There's going to be a little AI robot in the glass shop. Well, we did have fun with AI last week. We were trying to take pictures of us,
Thank you.
turn them into cartoons.
Right.
All right, a GA stamp a Rooney.
I get it.
You can have that one, Jake.
Let me sneak in here.
Let's get real wild with it.
I'm going to bring it perfect.
Just give it a flash, Jake, for 1 second.
Do you want to do housekeeping after this one when you start off?
Yeah. Housekeeping for sure. I've got my colors picked out, and I'll kind of just, you know, yeah, get prepped.
Change the drawing.
Yeah. Hose down.
We got to get
Oh,
our
hose
printer
is
out here
down.
working. Poor Besh is running up front to get all the printing. She's gone.
Here comes the GA Stizamp.
This is how we sign our pieces. That way you'll see them. They're kind of like an emboss in the piece. And again, the true colors will pop out. Jake will be doing the Neela reveal on Thursday. If you're a member of the Glass Academy,
All right, watch what happens now, guys. There it is.
you'll be able to see this Neela reveal.
Production.
Otherwise, we'll share some pictures on Facebook.
Just a little reduction.
A little bit
We'll
of bling
do
bling.
housekeeping.
So we're gonna do housekeeping after this piece. Whoa. Oh, and the reduction in there, pulling the blue out. Well, should I hold up the drawing and we'll hold the mug up next to it? Obviously the blues aren't true yet.
Nope.
That's a deep blue, a transparent blue. It's gonna show a lot more.
We're going to
during
hit
the
one
Neela
more in a
reveal.
second, Oliver. One more reduction.
That's cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think a little burn on there might make it be
That's
legitimate.
what I was thinking too.
That glass there,
count.
I'm really crazy that midnight blue is reducing so much. Look at that. That one there is probably about 18 ounces.
18,000 ounces.
It's a lot of ounces.
Big time.
All right, we're gonna get this one in the box, and while housekeeping's happening, just know that we're gonna be getting our colors and our design prepped among the team, and we're gonna make this final mug of the show. Depending on timing, we may have to finesse a giveaway afterwards.
Oh, we
Would
got
someone
time.
grab the dough for me?
I can get the dough. We got a giant rainstorm
Hello
going on
again,
out
everybody.
there.
If you've missed my voice, I'm back. Couple things
Yeah,
for
it's coming down.
housekeeping. Just in case you missed my announcement earlier.
All right.
For our membership, our YouTube is shut down as far as paid subscriptions go. But we do have 2 levels of membership. Only one is active right now. That is going to be our Star Supporters, our $8 membership. So that is still available. I'll get that QR code up on the screen for you guys when I am back at the computer. But that is still available. It's going to get you some great benefits, including a welcome package, and it's going to get you in to see the Neela reveal every week. Our second level, our higher tier, the Loyalty League is closed right now. So if you were thinking about joining, didn't pull the trigger, it's closed. But it will reopen again this summer, so keep an eye out for that if you're interested in joining. That's going to get you a lot more benefits, including access to our secret Facebook page for that Loyalty League, as well as a couple other things. Next, I do have 2 giveaways for the week. So I'm going to go...
We didn't do the question.
We have not done the question yet, so we'll review that as well. So first, I'm going to... Where are you going with my clipboard?
That back.
Okay. So this is a giveaway piece that is getting given away. This was made last episode during Chris's very special birthday bash. So this was the giveaway piece that he made. It's a beautiful chartreuse Pilsner glass. And I don't have the name of who's receiving this because somebody stole my clipboard. Hey, thanks. Could you pull out the yellow sheet behind that?
And we do tell them that we will have a contest tonight.
So, big drum roll. Just the first one. Yep, there you go.
This one?
Yep, that one. Congratulations to April. So, April, this is now your Pilsner glass. If you are local, you know where to find us. If you are not local, you can pay for shipping, but Donna's going to shoot you an email. Now, we are doing our monthly e-news $100 gift certificate giveaway as well. So, another big drum roll.
Biggest drum roll you've ever seen.
Biggest one.
Almost sound like a drum roll.
So, congratulations to
What?
Sharon. So, Sharon,
way.
you're going to get that email to you from Donna this week, so keep an eye out for that as well. So, congratulations to both of our winners. The giveaway question for this week is a fun one. I do like this one, actually. Interesting. Have you ever considered changing your first name? And if you have, what would it be and why? So we don't know what that giveaway piece is quite yet. We're still working on that because it's always at the end of our show. But start thinking about your answers. You're going to send your answer to enews@glassacademy.com. And that is how you can enter to win. And then we'll give it away next week. So go ahead and start thinking about your answers. I always see this every week, so I am going to mention this. If you put your answers in the comment, great. I love to see them. Doesn't get you entered to win. You have to send those answers to enews@glassacademy.com. That is all I have. Jake, are we good to go?
We are good to go.
All right.
Nice work, Bess. That's just so much information all power blasted at once. It's a beautiful thing. I'm looking for my tool of the feathering kind.
Right behind you.
The featherer. And Oliver's coming in for a deep green like that feathered piece is there. I'm going to take up a gather and get a little bit of yellow on the bottom of this mug.
Well, before you do that, do you want to magnetize that to the board?
I can be the magnetizer.
Just get it right where you can see it.
It feels like that is too, after just talking with them, I've been really trying to not make things that are too representative of other things, to turn it that other way and make it, I mean, it still looks like a beautiful sunset almost there. I like it tall side like that. This is going to be a fun one.
That mug up in just a second here. I know a couple of you are already chomping at the bit to get to it in the comments. Give me 2 seconds here and I'm going to get that posted.
Included with drawing.
Includes the drawing, which will be signed by Michelle. Showing up on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen right now is that code for the Star Supporters level that I mentioned, if you guys were interested in seeing information and signing up for that as well.
I am behindeth.
Got like 6 coats.
That's
Okay.
a mega gather.
You think?
It looks good. Just dancing it.
I'm going to give it 2 coats of yellow on the bottom. You go for 1 or 2 more, really to keep that density. This is an accent throwing of yellow into the body just to drag some down from what's going to be the only other yellow accent in this, the thumb saddle. I really don't want to put too much down here. And now I'm going to get it melted in and pop the bubble into it.
I love this idea of these
So
inspirational mugs coming from the drawings.
I'm really liking this.
Yeah.
This is a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, Michelle's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them.
Well,
So we're going to have to say this particular series, that one I just did, is number 1 of 8, whoever gets that one.
Mm-hmm.
The one Jake's doing is going to be 2 of 8 with the drawing. And so on and so on.
What comes
and
after
so
number
on.
2?
Yeah, this is fun. We'll have to do this again.
Yeah.
Just so it pulls nice and thin and even. Not thin, but even. That's looking really good, just like that. And it's green, so I'm probably going to spiral it on there and take it right to the feathering town. Take it up in the air for a sec. Beautiful. Just like the drawing, I'm going to leave it thicker and wider than I normally would. Normally I like them real thin and tight. I'm going to heat it up first. It's just wise. Woo. The other
I'm going
thing...
to take this.
The other thing that we often do with feathering, which is this technique of dragging the color along the surface of the glass, is that you do the back and forth. So if I would do 2 down, I'd do 2 the opposite way. But for this one, I'm only going to do 2 coming up towards the pipe because that drawing really shows one large is the main focus point of that piece there. And so if I chop them up in different directions too much, I think it's going to get too too small of a scale for these deep green bits. So we do one like that, let it flip.
That's such a satisfying color pattern to see happen.
So good. And then once I squish it in, I'll give it a little bit of a twist from the bottom, kind of like Chris did. So it just gives a little bit of
Undulation.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I was kind of like recontemplating my idea for the foot, but I'll just work on that in my brain for a second.
Glory hole's screaming today.
Yeah.
Jake, you're on Blown Away. You have 20 minutes.
Yeah. Right. That looks pretty much like that.
That's looking super cool.
I like it. Somewhere along the line, super fly turned into super cool. Age? Time. Yep. I concur.
Do you know what's cooler than being cool?
Ice cold.
All right, Jake, talk to us, man. What's going on here?
Still in my brain a little bit.
That's all right. I'll start talking.
This is
Pretty
it's-
rainy out, guys. Little
Yeah,
rainy
perfect.
day here in Michigan, just outside the D. You know that we're the gathering point, the hottest show on the internet, 2,100 degrees. And hey,
Feel
we're
like
outside of
coffee.
Detroit by 20 minutes, if probably 15 really. And if you're ever in town, we're 10 minutes from the Detroit Metro Airport. So if you got a layover, you want to come to the Glass Academy, just reach out to us and tell you when you're coming, and you could just get yourself a little tour.
Blow.
He's got a real nice looking shape there, and that color is looking really tasty.
Good. So it will be bright yellow. It's going to show orange on the bottom, and that's that deep, beautiful green that's over there. It's kind of like a opaque emerald. Blow.
I love that green.
Blow harder. Good. Okay. We're going to squish the bottom real good.
So
we can
right-
just do a cap and squish here.
Right now, what's going through your head, Jake?
I'm thinking that I'm already past the next move and putting the foot on. I'm wondering and contemplating. Mom, would you mind capping this one or squishing the bottom with the wood paddle?
Yep, there was a request to see that.
That's it. I wonder if I could put it on Jake's head. There it is. Oops.
Stay still.
It's right on his head, Jake. Don't move. It's there, I swear. It was on there.
Right when we're done capping this, Oliver, you could go for a real tiny
It's a mystery.
Beautiful.
A
Beautiful.
real tiny,
That's
Just
awesome.
make it
Thanks, Mom.
small.
whatever it is,
No,
make
actually,
it small.
Mom, would you bring a tiny bit?
What am I doing? That is just a beautiful shot right now. Hold on.
Hold on, steady.
She can't do anything. She's completely
You're in my
mesmerized.
light. You're in my light. Now, look at that. That's a screensaver.
I'm
Would you look
trying to
at it?
get it. Give me some room.
If you'd bring a clear foot, and you would bring a like 10 coats of a that big or maybe a little bigger thumb size gather of the Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda green?
Yep.
No way.
Way.
I do like how certain things, I mean, you named it Baby
Yes.
Yoda green. I
Pretty
had the
high.
Manchi pink.
Both.
Everybody remember the Manchi cheese?
Nope. I don't.
Those are little tiny like backpack babies, like Cabbage Patch green.
Makes
two of us. So what I'm wondering for the next move is that we're going to have clear on here. Michelle's going to bring a trail that I'm going to cut and put on like a handle. I'm wondering if I do this the opposite way, if I'm turning towards myself, sticking it down, if someone could be with the taglia right behind me, pushing that clear into the body so that it sticks a little bit better than, you know, it's like racing stripes, but I'm not going to reheat it and squish it in.
Are you saying that you want me to do that and work the camera? Because I could do that, but
I'm just kind of troubleshooting the idea.
My brain runs out of my ears while I'm doing it because I'm doing too many things at once. That's
I think
okay.
that's going to be an Oliver move. But I'll take that, and that looks great, Oliver.
I think it might be
That's
better
okay.
to use the
Just
handle
squish some
tool.
up on the pipe. All right.
All right, what's going on here, Jake?
You're going to take this taglia from me in a minute, but let me get a squish first. Don't even worry about that as the punny. We got some extra business to handle. Squish. Beautiful. God, I love a clear foot.
The cool thing about putting that clear foot on the bottom is now you've got a crystal magnifying glass completely blowing up that tasty pattern on the bottom. You gonna go
many
back and
coats
get a
is
little
that?
bit more Baby Yoda, Shell? Baby Yoda?
Will you just heat the tip for half the time and then heat the whole thing and then bring it over and go straight up or down? I'm going to pull it, snip it, and then we'll lay it on. And as I'm laying it on, this is going to be all those beautiful angles there. As I'm laying it on in a geometric way, Oliver, if you follow behind me from this angle or through here and push down on the bit as I'm turning. Does that make sense?
So I'm just flattening it.
You're
after
flattening
it's laid
it.
down.
Nope.
Not a super flatten, but enough that it's going to just not pop off.
Yeah,
a little bit of mojo.
Just give it a light squish.
Yeah.
Make a tag on.
I'm ready, if you are.
And I'm gonna try to just get in here wherever I can, folks.
So right here. Yep. Stick with it. Just keep coming with me. Back off a little bit so I can see what's going on.
Wow, impressive.
Steady.
Very nice.
All right. Got some nice geometric Baby Yoda green right here, guys. Right around the bottom in that yellow circle.
Nice
Looking
bit, Mom.
tasty. That's us right there, folks. Come on. Just getting a little bit of tightening up action going on here to make
want
it
a
look
little
a
bit
little
of
bit
torch
more
action on
geometric.
those?
Say it again.
You want a little bit of torch action on those?
I'm just going to do a little torchy poo right on the double connector.
Okay.
I think touching it less will probably be better on those. Especially with that Baby Yoda, it's a really soft color. If we over torch it a hair, it's going to turn it clear. And that's not what we want. Whoa! Just getting warm on me all of a sudden.
You got that puppy hot.
Jeez.
Better indent that bottom a little bit.
Oliver, would you mind hitting that bottom right now as I'm torching this? Just nice and tender with the tag.
Just kind of indenting the bottom?
Yes. Tender tag, man. Thank you.
Putting some final touches on that
All right. Let's go for a ponteal.
Baby
All right.
Yoda green. You're punning it up. Or you think you're going to be putting any more green on there? That Baby Yoda green, Jake? No?
No.
All
I
right.
don't think so. Unless I went for a lip wrap, which could probably happen. I tried to leave one real low to the bottom so there's room for a handle, either that one or that one. Probably that one.
Nice. Oliver's got the punny going on, guys. That was that tasty Pilsner I made last week for the giveaway right there. That's a nice one. Liquid pours out of those real nice. We don't make too many Pilsners here, but we should start, especially with the opening of the bar. We're going to be having some nice array of different drinking vessels for different drinks.
I'm pretty contemplated. You guys can let me know now, or you can let me know once we flip it around, but let me know what you think about putting a Baby Yoda lip wrap on here. There's already a lot going on. Do we want that much? I'm indifferent here. I'm indecisive on it.
Personally, I think it would look nice. It would tie the top to the bottom.
Okay.
Little punny action. He's going to get a little bit of water up on the top, right on the neck. And Oliver's got a hold of this puppy. For those of you who just tuned in, you're going to have to watch the show from the beginning, but this is a start. This is the second piece of 8 historical drawings that Michelle did in her youth. Here they are. Jake's got the 8th one. The first mug I did was with this one right here. Michelle's going to sign it, and we're doing a set of 8, a series of 8, I should say, that Michelle's going to sign the drawings, and we're going to create the inspired glass drinking vessels that match the drawings, and they get sold together.
It's always a little bit difficult when you put this much color application on a piece to get it all the way melted in, especially up near the end of the pipe here. There's still a little bit of texture, so I'm going to look for a little bit of security in adding this lip wrap and having a smooth, even top on it, but I'm also going to really attempt to give this a nice stretch here, smooth it out, and cut it to a nice, manageable size. Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda.
And you know, folks, different earthly minerals make these different colors, and iron is the mineral that makes this beautiful green. And it's a super, super soft color. Notoriously, greens are super soft. Oranges and reds and yellows are super stiff. Super high melting point compared to the greens and the blues. And people don't realize that when glass artists are working with different colors, it's real difficult to put colors that are different melting temperatures together. And it's only through experience, literally many, 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 many years of us working with these different colors that we know what we need to do.
That's exactly what I was talking about at the beginning of the show. Many years, many creators, many brains.
Ears too, many ears.
So many ears.
But look at the colors, guys. Here's our colors of frits. They're 4 deep. You can see them in there. There's a lot of them in there. That's a lot of different colors, along with these colors as well, which are bars and solid colors. Cane. Pretty cool. I mean, that's one of the cool things about coming and seeing the studio in person. You can get in here, you can get the D, and you can come visit us. Maybe check out like the Henry Ford, which is an amazing, one of the nation's largest American history museums in the country. It's right about 5 minutes from our studio.
One more paddle.
We've always been inspired by the Henry Ford. It's an amazing place. Spent a lot of time there with Jake and Lucy when we were homeschooling them.
That lip wrap went on nice, Oliver. Real nice.
When a lip wrap goes on nice, you really got to get in close and give the guy some serious credit.
It's good to see him go on well. All the bits have been super hot today, so shout out to the glory hole.
Do a clear handle, but if you could taper it down a little bit more than normal, the whole thing could be skinnier. Okay. Don't overthink it, but just give it a little extra love towards the tip.
Yeah, just...
Only because I'm going to be trying to finesse it. Now, this lower one's the wider angle here, but a beautiful staple of our mugs and the way they come together is the connection and the application of the handle. And we really like to, as you saw on Chris's first one today, give it the old super power squish so that it looks like it was just like...
Hey, Jake, making sure I understand, you want a little bit of taper after bubbles in there.
Yes.
So it squishes down to a point.
Precisely.
Okay.
Because I got less squishing region. It's turning
We've
out
got
to
a
be
pretty
beauty.
good array of shoes in the shop tonight, everybody. I think it's kind of important to show off the different style shoes we got.
Yeah.
Bess, let's see yours.
Look
I'm
at
going
that.
in for a close one. She's got some serious tech shoes on. And we got over here, we
shoes.
got Oliver's got Under Armour on.
Well, that's certainly nothing under about that.
But those are serious. He can really make the moves because he's moving around a lot with those. Jake's got some Doc Martens. These are looking nice. I'm rocking some Danskos.
Give it another puff and a swing.
And Michelle,
then
she's over
taper
here
it.
in her Jesus Cruisers.
Yep.
Looking real good.
All right.
So that's it, guys. You saw all 5 shoes tonight. And look at this, Oliver.
All right.
That
Let's get it ripping.
is beautiful how you blew the bubble through the bottom, Oliver. That's the way you want your handles to be all the time. And I'm not saying that sarcastically. Having a nice thin bottom blown through a cylinder is the way the handle goes on the very best. And he's working it. He's getting it hot.
Not too ripping.
And I'm going
Just
to try to get a nice close-up here of this puppy as Jake gets...
That looks great.
Ooh-wee.
Kind of has that Charlie Brown jacket, shirt feel. Charlie Brown shirt, zigzag.
Nice, Oliver. That needed to be a perfect handle because I really wasn't planning on putting anything extra on the outside of it. We wanted the highlight to be the yellow thumb bit.
Okay, that's my cue.
Guess it's time for the yellow thumb bit.
I knew it was coming.
You had a little time to gloat in your amazement of how
Yeah.
beautiful that handle was you brought.
It went perfect, but that's the trick. That's what I was saying is that if you're going to only put a thumb saddle on, you better have a pretty looking handle on there, and that one went on perfectly. It's kind of the bottom, and I know you guys were taking pictures of it earlier, the bottom kind of reminds me of like a tiger eye. Even though it's going to be yellow, right now it's looking quite tiger eye-ish.
Even just tiger stripes. They look like that.
Yeah. Geometric. Coming in for one more flash.
How many schmecks?
What's
you want
that,
on
2?
Yeah.
3. 3 will do just fine. So this is going to be just a little repeat of our solar eclipse special coming up here. Nice and juicy right into the crotch. I'll take one more.
Just getting it
If
ready.
you guys didn't see the solar eclipse mug, it turned out tasty. With the sun on one side, and it wasn't a mug, it was a vessel that could be used for a drinking glass or a vase. But it is tasty. And there's definitely some backup pieces we can be doing of those. We got 6 extras on there we can make. But I think in celebration of the solar eclipse that's going to be happening here next week, that's a sweet piece. And I didn't even know anything about it. He's just rubbing it down.
That's going to be bright yellow, folks, just like the bottom of the glass and just like the drawing over there.
Right
Beautiful.
behind
I'm
you.
ready for it.
Oliver's coming in hot with a literally hot GA stamp bit. We stamp all of our products with the GA stamp, guys, and when we get distracted and forget about them, which we rarely ever do, you folks let us know on the live feed. You're like, don't forget the stamp. It's so
Don't
true,
forget
because you get
it.
so engulfed in it, and you're so mesmerized by creating the piece that it's been a few times where then you got to hand sign them.
God, it's so nice just having a final seal that signifies the completion of the piece, regardless of the branding. It's like you go hit the GA stamp and it completes the piece. You look at it, you're just like,
Now I'm done.
there it is. It's it.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
love it.
Looking super nice.
All right, let's get this one off of here, get it safe and sound. We'll get it on the website.
No reduction.
No bling. These are true colors. Oh, I didn't even put it next to you. I'll do it on the way by. Check that out.
Love it. I think Hector loves it too.
Who's Hector?
Who's Hector? Hector? Here he is up here, folks. It's Hector the vulture. See him up there?
I see him.
At any moment,
He's terrifying.
if he likes a piece, he can come down with his asbestos claws and rip it right off the knockoff bench into the oven with a bunch of good stuff.
It is tucked in tight in there.
Woo-wee, boys! Nice work. I love it.
Very tasty.
Be careful. At one time, remember when Hector came down and got you in the side of the head with his talons?
Yeah, I got a bald spot from that to this day.
Yeah, that's why he pulls his hair back like that, folks.
Yeah. There's just back of the head completely bald.
Scarification. So it's 1:45.
We got 4 minutes.
What?
I'd like to take a look at the table once more here. We're going to be giving away something on the show next week, you guys. Put your trust and faith in us. If one of these doesn't sell, they're going to sell. Most things sell throughout the week. As we've mentioned, a quarter of people watch the show live, which is pretty cool. We know everyone's got a busy schedule, but I'm just blown away that number 2 is still available. Number 8,
That's the cranberry, isn't it?
cranberry and lavender with the twisted dot pattern. The technique to make that twisted and make it on there
Ooh,
nice
let me get in there.
is out of control.
That's number 8. That one right there is a lemonade glass if I ever saw it.
Look at the foot too, how it sits over the edge of the
I'm moving in
barrel.
on it. Ooh.
It's not perfectly crisp like some of our other ones, like this guy, which we typically do. It's got a little bit something different. And the long ear handle.
I love number 12, man. That
Oh, my
chrome handle's mesmerizing. Look at that,
And
you
look
guys.
at these two. I mean, everything about it. It's watery. It's tasty. That was that squish we were talking about just a minute ago. It's like
That's number 12. I like you got the
with the
opal
bar
blue.
color stamp.
Ooh.
My goodness. Ridiculous.
Oh, Michelle's new sweatshirt. Check it out. Live glass blowing with the flames burning. And I don't know. I keep telling them when they use that symbol of me, they should beef up the muscles, suck in the gut a little. You got Photoshop ability, sweetie. Come on.
All right. Okay.
All right. We've got some end credits to recognize our
Yep.
members.
That piece is going up, and remember, just like Chris's, it's going to include the drawing that goes with it. So check pretty darn soon here. Bess is working on it now, but we're going to get some credits up. We got a show next week. We got an annealer reveal for the members, and we're going to be completing the Marinis this week to get them prepared to ship out a couple weeks from now for the Loyalty League members. So stay tuned for that. And what else?
Got a couple more of Oliver's pendants left.
3 more of Oliver's pendants, folks. They're always here in the gallery, but they're not always on the live show, so take advantage of an opportunity when you got it.
If you're not local, now's the time.
That's right.
And those ship
And
real easy.
We'll be talking with you guys soon. Let us know if you got questions. We'll see you all next week.